Hi, this is Brian Madden with Mission Pinball, and in this quick video I'm going to show how to migrate your machine files, how to migrate your games from mpf.21, the current version, to mpf.30, the new version. So it's pretty straightforward. Here's Demo Man. This is the fully mpf.21 version, so I apologize, I'm recording this on an iPad, so not the most ideal, but if I try to run mpf now, I'm in the Demo Man folder, right? So the way you launch mpf has changed. You just change in your folder and just type mpf. If I try to run it, I'm gonna get an error, saying like config version mismatch. It's just not the right version. So the way we solve that is we run mpf migrate. So mpf space migrate. And now that's going through and it's migrating. It's gonna migrate both the config files and the show files. And then there you go, it's done, migrated 19 config files and 16 show files. If I go in the folder, you see in the logs folder, which one of the changes in mpf.30 is the logs are now stored in your machine folder. So here's the log from when I ran it and where it failed, but see the migration, I can look at that and that shows everything that happened in the migration. I guess this isn't really important for you to worry about. Maybe it's helpful if something goes wrong in the migration. This previous config files folder was created by the migrator, and then inside here, that's just a timestamp of when the migration ran, and then you see like it's got all your original files and like your original show files and stuff. So that's all you need to do to migrate all your shows and your configs. Now there's a couple other things real quick to do. I'm going to launch Atom, which is just a free sort of text editor, and open my Demo Man folder here. And we need to do a quick find and replace. So I'm going to do the global find and replace, and I'm going to type mpf.system. So that was the name, like when you imported it in your scriptlets, use import mpf, system scriptlet, and when you import modes, that kind of stuff. So we're changing mpf system to mpf.core. And this is something, if you don't have custom code, you don't have to do this at all. But I'm just going to do that for the scriptlets. So this is actually searching my game folder. It's not searching mpf. It's searching my machine folder. And you can see I've got some mode code and some scriptlets, and it found like 10 instances of mpf system. It's going to replace with mpf.core. I'll say yes, I want to do that. Where's my mouse? There we go. And there we go. So now those are done. And then the final thing we need to do is now we're on Python 3. So before we were on Python 2.7. So all of your scriptlets and modes are Python 2. You need to convert those to Python 3. When you install Python 3, it comes with a tool called 2 to 3. So you run that. Notice, so I'm in my Demo Man folder. Again, this is not something you run on mpf system. This is just for your own files, your own Python files are part of your game. Run 2 to 3 -w, which means you want to write back the changes it finds, and then dot, just to use the current folder. And there we go. And so you see, like, here it just showed you like what it changed. Like in this one, the print command, has to have parentheses around it now, so it changed that to that. The 2 to 3 tool is pretty good. When we migrated, we used this tool to migrate the entire mpf code base of like 15,000 lines of code to 3. And there's only like 4 changes out of 15 lines that I actually had to do manually that it couldn't do. So yeah, so now I'll go to my other window and I'll run, I'll launch Kivy to launch the media controller. And here is our media controller with the pop-up window. And then I'll just run mpf in here. There you go. And when I do that, you see it connects. And so here's my show running, and I can, push start. Oops, I gotta put focus on that window. Some of the fonts aren't aligned, and that's a feature I need to add where we don't have the baseline offsets for fonts. I just haven't written that yet, so some things look a little bit weird. But I'll push start, and I can add score, add a second player, third player, points, drain the ball. You saw those some of the variables aren't replaced because I don't actually have any code in this Demo Man that does anything. So those are just player variables that don't exist. But anyway, yeah. So that's it. So now it's fully running. You can look at the migration log to see what's different. You know, I've got a lot to do in terms of like documentation and stuff, and but really, that's it. So this whole process, me talking through it, took 5 minutes. You can probably do it on your own pretty quickly. And of course, I'm happy to help. Just go to the forums at missionpinball.com.